And 135 million.
Sold for you.
You might think auction is way out of your league. It's some billionaire's game, right? And you'd never get invited to previews unless you're a potential buyer. But here's the truth. All auction houses open previews to the public. You just need to make a reservation. Best of all, you get to view some of the rare and precious items for free. This time at Christie's Shanghai Art Space, I've discovered some truly fascinating works and stories in this season's auction preview. When it comes to contemporary art, you'll not be able to have that conversation without mentioning Wou-Ki. And the star of the show is undoubtedly this piece here.
It's painted in 1963, and it's definitely one of his most important work in the Hurricane period. Hurricane period is like Wou-Ki's very mature period, and is very sought after by most of his collector. Because
in Chinese, we call it 狂草时代.
Yes. You can see why it's hurricane is because when you look at the painting, you can see it's from the bottom, and then there's a middle part. It's like gathering all the power, and the power is out. And you can see how Wou-Ki is so scaled and combined the Chinese calligraphy style with the Western oil painting.
This is the auction debut, this very piece, right? Because we do see Wou-Ki's works sort of cycling around in the market, but this is the very first time that it has showed up in auction.
Super rare. Yeah, and also the color is super rare. The red, you can see how powerful it is when you see it in person. And Wou-Ki also put it in his very first solo exhibition in the German Eisen Folkwang museums, which is super important for Wou-Ki at that time. So it's definitely one of the masterpieces in his whole career. My favorite one is Cézanne. This is really a little gem in the auction.
Very small.
Very small.
Very in detail.
But it is very typically Cézanne. It has really impeccable provenance. It has several museum shows, even in the very old, back to 100 years before. But it's super modern, super contemporary, I would say. And then signature Cézanne style with his blue and yellow color.
And also I see the apple.
We're debating actually. Is
really? Okay. It might not be an apple.
Or a toy. Because it's super weird to have the apple in front.
Too big for an apple, right? Okay.
Yeah, indeed. Cézanne at that time changed his style to become more bright color. The estimate is super attractive. It's only 3.5 million Hong Kong D. It's accessible to, well, I would say most of the collectors, and it's a Cézanne.
For each auction, or say for the previews, actually you do have the starting point for someone to try. If they are the newcomer, they can try. Do you think this is one of those pieces that people can really try what they like, and just to see, the price is relatively lower than the others. So just to try what it's like in the market.
For Cézanne, first of all, his painting are rare to be in the market. If sometimes it's, of course, the best paintings, his auction record is like, I think, 10 million USD, even higher. This work is because it's like 70s, it's still not in the very mature period, and because of the size is small, that's why we can estimate it is so low. I think for people who understand art history, who understand the modern art, they understand why Cézanne is so important. And
it's a very good collectible piece, and also, may I say, good for value?
Yes, I would definitely say that.
When discussing auctions, you simply cannot ignore the traditional powerhouse: Chinese paintings, calligraphy, and ceramics. They represent a big portion of the market.
倪瓒是元四家里边一个非常特殊的一个画家，他的画都这种非常疏简、旷逸的那种感觉整个画面干干净净。他喜欢用这种侧锋来表现这种泼实，包括这个树干的画法但是呢，我们说枯笔呢，很容易表现这种疏旷这种感觉，但是呢，又容易变得很单调。所以他的画呢， 在枯比的同时，它又很秀润啊。你看那个它这个远山这种叠加的这种山石，那种石头那种紧密的那种感觉，它整个画面就是那种很文气的感觉。他是一个很有洁癖的人，自己本身又有这个条件，表现在他的画上也是一丝不苟的啊。所以这张画，你看它来源最早我们可以看到这个亲王的收藏啊，乾隆的堂弟吧，晚明的大春光啊，包括这个北美的大藏家王继先先生，这个是以府藏书画记，这也是亲王的印。
所以这些印章其实就是一直以来的这个藏家。
对，他是藏家最喜欢这张画，然后把自己的这个收藏印盖上去。
After an intense bidding battle that lasted over 45 minutes, it sold for a remarkable final price of 159,950,000 Hong Kong dollar, 675% above its low estimate. It was the first Asian artwork to surpass the 100 million Hong Kong dollar mark in the 2025 autumn auctions.
It is an enameled ink stone warmer box. It's a 3-tiered box.
Okay.
And we have split them, so it's just easier to display for people to understand what it is. So if you look at the lower tier, so first of all, on the base, from the mirror, you can see Chen Long Nian Zhi. So
yes,
it is a brain mark. So it is almost like a stamp to show that it is an imperial piece made for the Chen Long Emperor himself. Inside you can see, there's like a metal container, right? And there's like a small handle.
Yeah.
So do you know what it is for? So I mentioned it's a warmer.
Oh, it's a warmer. So,
it's a warmer.
So for the lower layer,
so you can actually
there will be some sort of heating system.
Exactly.
at the bottom.
So you can actually put coal inside. Winter time is very cold, and the ink itself might freeze, right?
Yeah.
So in order to avoid that, we actually need a warmer with coal inside, so that when the emperor, uses the ink from this inkstone, then it will melt and it will not freeze.
Teresa, because I can't help noticing
Right.
this door can actually open and close a few times during our interview. What is happening inside there?
So basically, you're at an auction preview, right?
Yeah.
So at preview, the purpose of a preview is for our clients to actually handle the pieces.
There are actually potential buyers inside
Yes, there are
They need to look
potential
closer.
clients behind the doors. They were sitting there, and then we actually have handlers present these items for them to handle in person. In the Chinese works of art field, condition actually matters.
And with the jewelry, watches, and handbags, you can actually imagine wearing them with your own outfits. Such previews are hardly uncommon during the auction season. Major auction houses host the previews regularly. At Christie's Shanghai, for instance, these events have become almost a monthly routine. The range of items on display is also increasingly diverse, from classic paintings to new categories like lunar meteorites and trendy art toys, clearly reflecting the ever-broadening and more varied tastes of today's collector base. Millennials and even younger collectors are rapidly emerging as a fresh force in the market.
从我们中国内陆的这个藏家来看的话呢，最让人这个兴奋和喜悦的就是我们的这个年轻一代的藏家仍然在不断的这个增加。对，应该是有1/3的这个拍卖的这个贡献是来自我们这个千禧一代的这个藏家的，所以这个数据是持续的在增长。
Similarly, China Guardian reported that new buyers made up 20% of its clientele, with the number of young collectors rising 21% year on year. The first half of 2025 saw a recovery in China's art market, with core auction houses reporting positive sales results. At this year's China International Import Expo, Christie's has presented 4 museum-caliber artworks on site for private sales.
我们也是唯一一家在上海有拍卖执照的国际拍卖行，对，所以我们对在中国大陆市场的这个投入战略是非常坚定的。